Back in Detroit, Flip Saunders, Pistons lead by 8. Big turnaround in the third quarter. What was key to that change of momentum?
Well, one, we rebounded the ball better, and I thought we stuck more into our rotation defensively. We didn't get too discombobulated. Our guys stayed with their guys. We played more head up.
And I always ask you this heading into the fourth, but what is your biggest concern as you look at these last 12 minutes?
Well, we got to rebound the ball, and we got to be able to take care of their big threes, because I think Ray, Paul, and KG are all going to be very active, and so we got to take care of those guys and keep our composure, but make sure we keep our aggressiveness.
Thank you, Flip.
Thanks.
Mike?
All right, Michelle, they want to make sure this is not their final quarter of the season. Being down 3-2 happens all the time to this team in the last 5 postseasons. This is the 7th time. As you can see, they've won some, beating the Nets and the Heat in 04 and 05, then the finals losing to the Spurs. So they've had their share of experiences. They've been in every possible scenario. Can they come back and force the game 7 tonight? Ball knocked loose. And last touch by Ratliff.
The difference there when they trapped Hamilton off the pin down was the high hands and the deflection. Too often the man guarding Hamilton has his hands down and he's able to pinpoint passes to the screener.
Cassell, Pierce, Posey, Leon Poe, and Kevin Garnett out there. Ray Allen getting a rest, had a big first half but a quiet third quarter. Pierce against Prince. Garnett has to shoot it, and a 24-second violation. Shot clock was about to expire. Garnett just 4 of 13. A rare off game for him against the Pistons this year.
Good defense by the Pistons. Celtics taking too much time to get into their initial set.
They've done a good job on him as Wallace comes back in. Again, foul trouble right now. Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo, and P.J. Brown each with 4 fouls. Wallace is the only one for the Pistons. Hamilton, even with that bad elbow, having a terrific game. Has Garnett on him. Out to Prince. Prince a 3. And rebound, tipped and taken by Pierce.
Look, you got Hamilton and Prince being aggressive offensively, and Prince certainly putting his stamp on this ball game. So Flip Saunders does not need Lindsey Hunter to create offense for them. He's getting it from those guys.
Cassell, and he pushed off. Cassell's going to come out. Rondo and Perkins will come back in the game. So if the Pistons win tonight, Sunday on ABC, Game 7 from Boston. Our coverage will begin at 8. Tip-off shortly after 8:30. Either way, next Thursday, the NBA Finals start on ABC. And it'll start in the East as the Lakers waiting to find out who they'll play for the championship. The #1 seed in the West is in. Celtics with the #1 seed in the East with the Pistons #2. Hamilton knocks it down. 21 points for Hamilton.
Really the advantage of knowing who you are. Theo Ratliff catches the ball at the top of the key, not thinking shot, gets rid of the basketball, hands it off to Rip Hamilton.
First double-digit lead of the night. And a foul. It's called on Ratliff.
Good old-fashioned do you. Theo Ratliff not ready to step into it. That's not his game. Gets rid of it like a hot potato, hands it off to Rip Hamilton, and he continues to knock down Jays.
Pierce to Garnett. Garnett double team. Shot clock at 5. Rondo, the floater in the paint. Nice runner from Rajon Rondo.
I think if you're the Celtics, you have to begin to think about getting Kevin Garnett on the post. Every catch so far has been on the perimeter. That's not where he's being paid the big bucks for.
Yeah, that's what Doc Rivers said before the game when asked him about what was the reason for the success in Game 3. Said part of it was we stuck with our post-up game with Garnett. That last foul on Posey, his first, and the team's first. Tony Brothers talking with Rivers. Billups. Hamilton, and that shot will not count. A foul beforehand. It's another one on Posey. So 2 on Posey. 2 team fouls. Celtics, when they've gotten in trouble lots of times defensively in the playoffs, is they start committing too many fouls and send their opponents to the free throw line. They've committed 25 fouls tonight to 11. Posey comes right back, though, with a nice play for the steal.
Second time he's deflected the ball on a catch-and-shoot play.
Nice pass. Pierce and Perkins count it and a foul. Beautiful feed from Paul Pierce, and Perkins a chance for a three-point play.
And during the Pistons possession, Doc Rivers looks at Perkins and says, hey, no more talking, just play basketball. Enough with the conversations to the referees. Get in position, Pierce, dribble penetration, and then attack mode. Punches it over Theo Ratliff, three-point play. That's how you talk in playoff basketball, with your play, not with your mouth.
And Perkins able to knock it in. He was the best player on the floor in the first half of Game 5. 7 points, 5 rebounds tonight. 5-point game. Billups. Wallace, good look for three. Won't go. And Posey the rebound.
That's good offense, though. That's pick and roll basketball. Billups makes the right decision, and Wallace, a big-time shooter, just doesn't get the bounce.
Wallace has 4 fouls. Now he has 5 as Garnett will go to the line for 2.
But that's on the block. That's where you have to capitalize with Kevin Garnett. Put him on the post, get him the basketball, put pressure on the Pistons bigs. Get everybody out of your way, and then in attack mode. Faces up Rasheed Wallace. Good job with the move. Gets the contact on the arm. Rasheed now with his 5th, but you got the ball to Kevin Garnett in the right position.
Again, we've talked about it as Garnett hits his first free throw attempt of the night. He gets a technical tonight. The Pistons win. He will not play in Game 7. He came close earlier.
I think our cameraman should give him a tee right there. Throwing the towel at that camera. Hit him up.
Celtics have only taken, this will just be their 12th free throw attempt. Garnett hit 2 clutch ones at the end of Game 5, as Boston's now scored 7 straight.
And Mark makes a great point about post-up basketball. It may be boring, but it's efficient. It calms your game down. You usually don't turn it over. You can get to the free throw line. You can create open three-point opportunities.
And they say Prince lifted his pivot foot. It looked like he held on to that. Flip Saunders doesn't like the call. And that's Detroit's 13th turnover. So a timeout here early in the 4th.
You want to find a way to get back in this ball game. It starts on the defensive end. The limp of Kevin Garnett. Tayshaun Prince with the pivot move. Certainly does not look like he picks up the pivot foot, but called with the travel violation because of the pressure of KG. And KG says, that's what I'm talking about. We'll be back.
Just over 3 minutes gone by, 4th quarter of Game 6. Doc Rivers, throughout these playoffs, has been playing film of Muhammad Ali fights for his team. He feels that Ali, who he was a huge fan of, fought through adversity, times when he had nothing, showing him the films of him getting hit a lot and how he overcame that and was able to win big title fights. The players, he said, loved it. Rivers, as we mentioned, just loved it as well. And now they've got to fight through it. They've been down by as many as 10 here in the 4th. They've cut it to 3 with still plenty of time to go. You're a big Ali fan, right, Mark?
Oh, absolutely. I was actually reading today where Doc Rivers says greatest fight ever was the Thrill in Manila, where Ali beat Frazier. 2 guys said the closest they ever came to death.
Garnett knocks it down. 9 straight points by Boston, and it's a 1-point game.
And like Mark said, they got Garnett on the post. He had a favorable matchup against Cassell. Too small. Garnett, high release, shot right over the top.
Wallace sitting back right now with 5 fouls. Garnett's playing with 4. Rondo goes for the steal. Billups is open. Can't hit the shot. Cassell the tip, but Posey comes away with it. Stolen by Cassell. Hamilton to Billups. He'll try another 3. And Garnett the rebound.
Rondo once again got away with gambling. You have to stay in front of Billups. That's 2 good looks for Billups.
Pierce shut off nicely. Excellent double team. Oh, they call a foul. It's against Rip Hamilton. Or is it McDyess? My mistake. It's McDyess's 4th.
Well, this just good post position. Garnett faces, McDyess, little shake, and then right up over the top of the smaller McDyess.
14th foul on the Pistons. And there's a foul on McDyess, and that's going to put Pierce to the line. Bad play from McDyess. He's brought a good burst of energy. He's going to send Pierce to the line, 28 feet from the basket, as we send it over to Michelle.
You were talking about those Muhammad Ali tapes that Doc Rivers shows his players, and I spoke with Paul Pierce about that before the game. He said it's really motivational because Ali was the greatest. He got through so much adversity. He hung on to always come out on top. He was a warrior. And P.J. Brown said the same thing, he just faced so much adversity and went through so much, took so many punches. And you hear Doc say that to his guys in the huddle quite a bit. You're taking punches, let's punch back at some point. Looks like they might be punching back now, Mike.
Absolutely, Michelle, because they took an awful lot of punches earlier in this half. Pierce misses the free throw. Celtics trying to close this series out. They're 0 for 2 in Game 6 so far in the playoffs. Lost Game 6 in Atlanta in the first round. Game 6 in Cleveland in the conference semis. They're able to win on their home floor in both Game 7s, but they would love to get a little extra rest. Game tied with just under 7.5 remaining. Hamilton stolen by Perkins. He does it again. And Rondo slows it down instead of pushing.
I don't like that play. He has one-on-one against Chauncey Billups. Use your great quickness, attack. Your best chance is in transition, early in the shot clock.
Pierce to Posey. Posey for three. Won't go. And McDyess goes high for the rebound. Stuckey and Hamilton, along with Billups, the three guards out there for Detroit. McDyess. Here's Stuckey to the basket. Perkins defends it. A lot of contact. Billups comes away as they reset the 24. McDyess calling for the ball. He's got Pierce on him. McDyess knocks it down. The two young Pistons out there in the biggest game of the year.
That's a big-time move by McDyess. If you're Paul Pierce, don't flop. Solid defense and contest.
I want Garnett on the post right now.
Instead, he hits the jumper.
Well, even if he hits the jumper, what coach is talking about, I couldn't agree more. You got to go with the high percentage play. He's been so effective on the block. He's gotten good offense with him on the block. You got to play through the pump.
We're midway through the fourth, and it's all tied in this elimination game for the Detroit Pistons. McDyess again. McDyess to the basket. Little shuffle and gets it to rattle in. Jason McDyess back-to-back buckets.
Got to give this young player so much credit. We talked about it before. Flip Saunders went with Theo Ratliff over him, patient on the bench, waited for his moment, and made two crucial baskets.
Garnett to Pierce. Pierce spinning inside and puts it in, and a foul. What a move from Pierce. Swerving in the paint, and now a chance for a three-point play. And we'll have timeout. Both teams hitting big shots here in the fourth quarter.
Needing the basket offensively, Paul Pierce, good job. Spin move, off balance, takes the contact, lays it in, going to the line. And how about McDyess, the young fella, ready when called upon. The flop, no call by Pierce. Rhythm jump shot, and then on the block, face move, high percentage quality move in the paint area. Young fella getting it done for the Pistons.
Back in Detroit, a tie game with just under 5.5 remaining. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pistons trying to avoid elimination and force a Game 7. Our GMC game track, Rip Hamilton with the bad elbow has played superbly. 21 points for their leading scorer. Meanwhile, the third quarter was huge. Tayshaun Prince came alive offensively as the Pistons threw up 31 points on the board. Went up by as many as 10 early in the fourth. But the Celtics storming back. We've seen a number of comebacks. Most of them have failed down the stretch in this series, but Pierce with a chance for a three-point play. He'll go to the line with 5:25 remaining.
And you see what Doc Rivers is going with defense right now. Ray Allen tells him stay ready, but Posey playing exceptional defense against Rip Hamilton, sticking with him.
Detroit in the penalty the rest of the way as the Celtics have regained the lead, trailing by 10 earlier here in the fourth quarter.
And it's interesting, 5 minutes to go, Rip Hamilton is not on the floor.
Billups and Stuckey in the backcourt. Wallace deflected and stolen by Rondo. Rondo one man to beat, and he brings it back out again.
And Wallace has 5 fouls. He's not going to foul you there.
I don't know if Rondo knew it was Wallace behind him, perhaps. Pierce looking. Puts it in. And the Celtics back up by 3.
I think you can make a case for Rondo to go one-on-one, but I like the idea of pulling it out as a young point guard, making sure you get a good possession. Got the ball into the hands of Pierce, and Pierce did the rest.
Pierce 8 of 11 from the field. He's got 21 points and 7 boards. Wallace calling for it. Rasheed Wallace looking to post up Perkins. Nice up and under move. Can't get it to fall, and Perkins the rebound. It's a beautiful move. Just couldn't finish.
And Rasheed Wallace still running up the floor. If you're the Celtics, you got to realize it's 5-on-4.
Pierce trying to find an opening. Draws the foul on the pass. Doesn't matter. He's still going to shoot as they're in the penalty. And 2 more free throws for Paul Pierce.
And I understand what coach is saying, but good defense by Rondo. Active hands, high hands, causes the deflection. Then he could go off to the races, but says, hey, that's a big guy chasing me down. Let me make sure I get a quality possession. Gets it into the hands of his home run hitter. And then Paul Pierce, that pretty step back jump shot. Nothing but net.
Rondo's been amongst the league leaders in the playoffs in steals. And Pierce now will shoot 2. Hamilton back in the game. McDyess will also return for Detroit. You see if he takes out McDyess. McDyess has been just terrific. And Jeff, you talk about this all the time. Young guys who are playing so well, do you bring your veterans back in when they're getting the job done at crunch time?
I would. In this case right now, the score's going the other way. I'm going to play my 5 starters if I'm Detroit and count on their positive experience together to figure out how they can get scores and stops.
I totally agree with that. I think if you're Doc Rivers, you have to like what James Posey is doing. Last possession was defending Chauncey Billups, taking whoever he's defending out of the offensive possession.
Pierce knocks down another, a 19-4 run. A 15-point turnaround. Pistons were up by 10. Now they trail by 5 here in the 4th with 4 to play.
And I'm surprised they have Posey on Billups instead of on Hamilton.
Wallace looking to post up again. A high release, gets the roll. Rasheed Wallace with just his 2nd field goal, but a big bucket.
The reason why I prefer, if I'm Doc Rivers, Posey on Billups is because he's not going to gamble. He's going to make Billups work offensively.
Garnett with Billups on him. Using his height. There's that high release. Puts it in. Garnett with 16, and the Celtics back up by 5.
And that's where you execute defensively. Give the Celtics credit. Mismatch with Billups on Garnett, but who recognizes the mismatch? Where does the help come from?
Once again, looking to get it to Wallace in the post. Garnett has 4 fouls. Now he has 5. They're not in the penalty yet. It's only the 3rd team foul for the Celtics.
And now when you're talking about Wallace and Garnett, you can no longer gamble on the post pass. You have to trust the help behind you, look to contest, and keep guys in front of you.
So 5 fouls for Rasheed Wallace and 5 for Garnett.
And you see the switch. Perkins now defends Wallace because he doesn't have the 5 fouls.
And a foul on Perkins. He'll take it out once again as Perkins picks up his 3rd. Now the next foul by Boston, and they're on the penalty.
But Rasheed Wallace drifted through this game. This is how you get a player of Rasheed Wallace's ability into the flow. You post him up on consecutive possessions. And this is at the most critical time in the game. I like this strategy.
Prince looking. Shot clock down to 6. Wallace has to put it up. In and out. Posey with another rebound. Some big rebounds here in the fourth quarter for Posey.
And a phenomenal job by Rondo coming from the weak side, contesting the open jump of Rasheed Wallace. That's how you execute defensively. Outstanding job by Rondo.
And you can just feel the crowd so anxious right now. They've seen a double-digit lead knocked away. Garnett to Posey, 5 on the shot clock. Rondo on the pull-up shot, puts it in. Big shot from Rondo, and it's a 7-point lead. Timeout Detroit, and this crowd is stunned with 2:32 remaining. The Celtics shooting an incredible 67% from the field in the second half.
You say what you want about the young fella, but he has made plays on the defensive end and then offensively. When it matters most, you dare me to be a scorer, gets it in rhythm, pulls up for the jumper. You talk about who gets it done, the big ticket, finding a way. Smaller Billups gets them in the paint area. Celtics on a 23-6 run, and it starts on the defensive end.
What a fourth quarter on the road for Doc Rivers and the Celtics. He is fired up about his team's play.
If you want it, you got to go get it, all right? If you want it, you got to go get it. Gosh, y'all wanted it today. Well, then go do it. Go do it.
And that's exactly what they've done with this 23-6 run. Now it's up to the Pistons. They had another terrific regular season, 59 wins, second best in the NBA. And they felt this year they had the depth, they had the health to get over the hump. They'd lost in the conference finals each of the last 2 years, but they felt this was the year they were going to get back to the NBA finals and a chance to win another championship. But right now, with 2.5 to go, they are down by 7. Billups gets past Posey easily. Banks it in, and a foul. Chauncey Billups with a big bucket. And the lead, just like that, cut to 5.
Chauncey Billups, a great job of lulling Posey to sleep. If you're Posey, your job is to force Billups to the screen, allows him to go away, and then puts him on his hip, the contact, and the big-time three-point potential play.
Billups has played 40 minutes. He's got 26 points. Make it 27. And it's a 4-point game. Rondo, Pierce, Garnett, Posey, and Perkins out there. Rondo, the floater. Won't go. Rebound tip taken by Perkins. Back up. And it's going to be Celtic ball. A lot of contact in there.
Wow, I thought Perkins on the second shot got hit and hit hard.
Instead, the Celtics will inbound with 23 on the shot clock.
Interesting, the Celtics went with a pick and roll with Rondo instead of Pierce with the ball on KG on the block.
Posey. Garnett. Pierce looking. Shot clock at 8. Garnett on the drive. Garnett to the basket. Kicks it out. Rondo, an open jump shot. Back of the rim. Posey tips it. Posey tried to save it. Right to Prince.
You have to shoot that ball.
Posey with the steal. He took it away. James Posey with a huge defensive play. Hamilton nearly steals it, and then Hamilton fouls Pierce. And now Pierce will go to the line for 2.
This all started with Garnett passing up another shot. Posey out of the picture. Great play by Posey. A lack of awareness by the Pistons.
The Detroit Pistons this year had the 3rd best turnover mark in NBA history. They've been keeping turnovers since back in 70-71. The 3rd best ever, number 1 in the NBA, but they've had 6 turnovers here in the fourth quarter. And once again, it's going to come down to who makes free throws.
And that was an ill-advised foul by Rip Hamilton. Make him score.
How about Doc Rivers inserting Ray Allen into the ball game? A shocking move. If I'm Doc Rivers, I'm sticking with Posey and his defense. One mishap allowing Chauncey Billups to get the three-point play, but outstanding defense by Posey this half.
Certainly want Posey out there for defense, but he's probably also thinking Ray Allen's free throw shooting. That's what the Celtics are going to have to do down the stretch.
Well, what you got to do down the stretch is get stops, and it starts with Posey's defense on the perimeter players of the Pistons.
Pierce, 2 big free throws there. 85-79. Pierce has 10 of his 25 here in the fourth quarter. Minute and a half to go. Pistons down by 6. Billups on the drive. Shot block. Perkins with the block. Prince to Billups. That's a 3. Short, and Garnett the rebound.
Great strategy by the Celtics to switch the high pick and roll with Rasheed Wallace and make Billups go one-on-one against Garnett.
The advantage when you have the defensive player of the year, you can switch and put Garnett on Billups.
Now the Pistons, now a whistle and a timeout called by Doc Rivers with 11 on the shot clock, 1:05 on the game clock. Some of the Pistons fans heading for the exits. As Boston now with a 6-point lead. Huge defensive play. Kendrick Perkins, one of the stars of Game 5. An enormous defensive effort there. Celtics will have the ball when we come back. 1:05 away from the NBA Finals. The Celtics' big three have all been to the conference finals before this season. They have 25 All-Star appearances combined between them. But Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, none of them have been to the NBA Finals. They've got a great chance right now as the Celtics lead 85-79 with 1:05 remaining. And the big three huge, but also the supporting cast making huge plays here in this fourth quarter. Likes of Perkins and Posey. They're both out there with Rondo, Pierce, and Garnett. Perkins actually sitting now. Ray Allen's in.
Detroit is downside, so has Boston. Detroit will be in a 1-2-2 trap with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Allen looking. Finds Garnett. Garnett to Pierce, lost it. Shot clock at 3. Pierce hoists up a bad shot and a 24-second violation, but not going to stop now as the Pistons will bring it up the floor. Under a minute to play. Billups to Prince. Prince on the move. Good defense from Pierce. Hamilton for 3. Won't go. Rebound Garnett. And now the Celtics have to foul. They've got to think about fouling. They're down by 6. Well, the Pistons, I should say. And Garnett is fouled by Prince with 36.6 seconds remaining. And Boston will advance if they hit their free throws. Clips on his, you see the disappointment right now. We'll have, if the Boston Celtics hold on and win this one, we'll have the ceremony coming up on SportsCenter.
The Pistons had 2 wide open three-point shots. Billups missed on the right wing. Hamilton missed on the left wing.
Garnett misses again. It's not over yet. It's a 2-possession game. The Celtics have to hit their free throws. A lot of the crowd left even on the last timeout.
Which is unbelievable to me. If you're a Detroit Pistons fan, we've seen crazier things happen. You got to believe in this group and what they're able to do.
Garnett misses both. And the Pistons will call timeout. They're still alive.
And that's why I think Ray Allen should have held the ball and make them foul him instead of giving the ball up to Kevin Garnett.
Thank you, Stuart. Right now, the Celtics in the driver's seat, 85-79 with 36.3 seconds remaining, but Garnett missing those 2 free throws, and the Pistons still alive. All right, Jeff, with Detroit, what's the strategy here? Do they have to go for a three-pointer right away?
Well, I think, again, you get the best quality you can, the quickest you can, and hope that leads to an open 3.
I totally agree. It has to be something quick, and then you look to come up with a steal or foul immediately.
Chauncey Billups will inbound. Hamilton, Wallace, Stuckey, and Prince out there. Pistons still have a timeout. Neither team with a foul to give. The Celtics have 2 timeouts remaining. What a fourth quarter for Boston. Trying to close this series out on the road. Rasheed Wallace steps back for 3. Way short. Rebound. Pierce. And they foul him with 30.7 seconds remaining. And again, all Boston has to do is hit their free throws, and this one's over.
Really can't say enough about the way that the role players for the Boston Celtics came through when it mattered most. We've been on Rondo all series long. In certain moments, he came through huge, making plays and proper decisions. And then James Posey defensively and Perkins also big time on the boards and the big time shot clock.
And their big time scorer, Paul Pierce, terrific fourth quarter. They have outscored them here in the fourth quarter. 25-11. And Pierce misses that one, so it's still a 2-possession game.
Got to make foul shots, but how about Posey defensively, the big play? Kevin Garnett on the switch, gets beat by Billups. Perkins, big-time shot block. The role play is finding a way, but Pierce, they must make foul shots.
3 straight misses now to keep Detroit in the game. And that's a big one. That makes it 7. Again, the Pistons still have a timeout. Not going to call it here. They've got to push. Stuckey rushing it up the floor. Kicks it out. Hamilton. Hamilton for 3. Won't go. Allen the rebound. And Stuckey fouls him. And it looks like it's going to be it for the Detroit Pistons as the Boston Celtics on the verge of going back to the NBA Finals for the first time in 21 years. I mean, you can just feel the disappointment here at the Palace. They've struggled on the road throughout the postseason. They've lost a couple of Game 6 in the first 2 rounds. The Boston Celtics getting ready for their date with the LA Lakers in the NBA Finals.
And you see Doc Rivers still coaching. Says to Ray Allen, don't leave Rip Hamilton all by himself. That's not your help responsibility. Still coaching. You're about to go to the finals.
The Celtics last year 24 wins. This year 66 victories. Best in the NBA. And now a berth in the finals. One of the greatest turnarounds in NBA history, certainly statistically. And they'll get a chance to play for a championship. Billups brings it up. He'll drive to the basket. 88-81. Rondo to inbound. Let's see if the Pistons let the Celtics just dribble this out, throw it ahead to Pierce. Pierce is fouled. As the Detroit Pistons are going to lose in the conference finals for the 3rd straight year. Another strong season will end in disappointment for Detroit. And you see their team. Wallace, Billups, Hamilton, McDyess. They've got some good young players in Maxiel and Stuckey. And they have to do. You guys feel that next year they'll come right back and be in the thick of things again, especially with these young players emerging.
Well, I believe when you look at this Pistons team, they are certainly in the mix. You look at the talent level, guys are not too old. They have the ability to be back in the picture and have a legit chance to win it all next year.
But it's another year that they're one of the NBA's best, but will fall short of their goals. Garnett the rebound. And now the Celtics will just dribble it out. A celebration in Boston tonight. It's been a long time. The Celtics going back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1987. What a great victory for the Celtics. They win the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games. And now it's on to face the Lakers. Garnett and Billups, such good friends. And it's Garnett who will go to his first NBA Finals, along with Pierce and Allen, their first trip to play for a championship. The respect and sportsmanship as this series closes in 6 games. Just a great 4th quarter by the Celtics, Mark.
Well, really, when you talk about finding a way to get it done, Doc Rivers in the huddle said, hey, you guys want to get to the championship. You want to end it? Well, end it now. Here's your opportunity. They took heed to his call, responded on the defensive end, and big-time plays on both ends of the floor.
They went through some rough years together in Boston. Doc Rivers and Paul Pierce. And Kevin Garnett was acquired, and things changed, and he's with Michelle.
All right. Hey, Hub's got to take priority over the interview, and you know that. Kevin, you've gotten to the conference finals once before. Finally, this is what you came here for. Can you describe the feeling?
Hey, boy. I love you, boy. Way to play. Kind of neutral, Michelle, you know.
Neutral?
Yeah, I am, because I know it's a whole nother goal that, you know, at hand, and just fortunate to be around these great guys, man. You know, you said it in the beginning when you asked the question that this is the reason I came here, and this is part of our goal, so I'm glad we got it.
Now, we know about your relationship with Chauncey Billups. You guys go way back. You're very close. What did you say to him? We saw you talking to him there.
We just both looked at each other and said, hell of a battle. And I looked at Rasheed, said the same thing, and he wished me luck. Told me I've been waiting all my life for this and to take advantage of it, so I am.
Congratulations, Kevin.
What's up, Bram? What's up, Peanut?
Okay, Paul Pierce is right here, and I hear him saying, 10 years.
10 long years, baby. We in the finals. I love it, baby.
Back in the finals.
I'm in LA. Let's do it.
Well, that says a lot. When you and Kevin were at the line there to ice the game, and you guys missed 3 free throws in a row, man, what was going through your mind?
I'm thinking about getting this game over with. We're up about 5 or 6 points, and the buzzer couldn't come any sooner, man. I'm just proud of all the hard work. You know, at that free throw line, I started thinking back way to training camp, all the hard years I put into Boston. To finally get to this point in my career, man, it's nothing better than this.
You and Doc, a real special embrace, kind of fun. Talk about what you guys said to each other and what that meant.
I said we finally made it, man. Through everything that's been talked about, you know, people doubting us. A year ago, I remember just being at the bottom of the ocean and didn't know how I was going to get back to the top. But, hey, what a difference a year makes. They stuck with me, and we're right here in the finals.
You know, Doc's been showing you guys a lot of Muhammad Ali tapes of Ali taking punch after punch after punch, and it seems to me the Celtics took a lot of punches
like
getting here.
Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Let's go, baby. We're in the finals.
You ready for the next punches coming at the hands of the Lakers?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great, man. You know what? The crazy thing about this is I grew up watching Boston and L.A. That's what got me into basketball. And now that I'm going to be a part of history, it's going to be something I just couldn't imagine. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
Mike?
Well, for the first time since 2000, the #1 seed from the East will face the #1 seed from the West. It's going to be the Celtics and the Lakers in the NBA Finals like the old days. Paul Pierce, so many ups and downs in his years with the Boston Celtics, especially after last year, one of the worst seasons in franchise history, possibly to turn into one of the best. Well, the Boston Celtics, for the 20th time in their franchise, will head to the finals. They've won 16 times trying to get a 17th championship, and it will start on ABC next Thursday. It's a 2-3-2 format, so the first 2 games in Boston, then the next 3 in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. A tremendous fourth quarter for the Celtics. They outscore the Pistons 29-13 to win the series in 6. Stay tuned for ESPN for SportsCenter. In just moments, we'll be back to Detroit. Complete coverage of the victory and presentation of the Eastern Conference Championship Trophy. So for Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Michelle Tafoya, and our entire fabulous ESPN crew, this is Mike Breen saying congratulations to the Boston Celtics. They're heading to the NBA Finals. SportsCenter coming up next.